We must protect our young women. Opportunities for women and girls, they're precious, and we have to take advantage of every one of them. And every time a biological male competes, he takes away an opportunity from a biological girl.
All right, that was moments ago. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey there. He's teaming up with Riley Gaines in the state's ongoing fight to protect women and women's sports. The Biden administration made sweeping rule changes to Title IX that happened just last week. And joining us now is former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines, an Outkick contributor, and Patrick Morrisey, West Virginia Attorney General. Thanks to both of you for coming on. It seems like there's a story every single day where girls, women feel threatened in their very sport. Those teenagers there with the shot put in a show of protest, just spinning and walking off of their competition because they didn't think they had a chance. I mean, this has gone viral there in West Virginia. So, Riley, to you first. I know you made the point. Why does it have to be 12, 13, 14-year-old girls who are standing up and being the adults in the room?
I'm still trying to figure that out. But let me just say, I could not be more proud of these girls. Again, 13, 14 years old, they're in middle school, yet they're the ones who are forced to be the adults in the room, to advocate for their own rights to equal opportunity, safety, and privacy, which were once ensured by Title IX, but now, of course, that is under threat, and which were once ensured by the law here in West Virginia. But now with the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling, it's all under threat, which sets, of course, a terrible precedent. So all that to say, could not be more proud, could not be more inspired by these girls. Ultimately, that's what reminds me, it revitalizes me. It reminds me what we're fighting for. It's girls just like Emmy Salerno and the other 4 girls who decided not to compete against a boy when given the opportunity.
Mr. Attorney General, what is your message here as this continues to be a reality for so many girls in this nation, facing biological males in their locker rooms in many cases? Why aren't there more people sticking up for them, especially these girls that are going through this at such a young age?
I think I want everyone in West Virginia and across the country to know that there are people standing up and they're going to fight for the rights of those young women. What we saw last week with those 5 young girls stepping up, I think that should be replicated across the country. But the stakes on this case and a lot of these issues, they couldn't be any higher. Right now, we have 25 states in the country where a lot of these laws are going to get tested. That's one of the reasons why today we announced that we're going to take this case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, because we have to win not only to protect women's sports, but to protect women's privacy, to protect safe spaces, to have just a sense of basic fairness and decency, and that people, once again, know, and it's not up to debate, there are significant differences between men and women, and it's right for legislatures to separate sports and other functions on the basis of biology.
Riley, are you optimistic?
Of course I am. Look, I believe truth and sanity will always prevail from a worldly sense, but I'm optimistic more importantly from an eternal sense, because the Bible tells us the outcome. And being a Christian, that's all the reassurance that I need. It's what keeps me grounded. It's what keeps a smile on my face and allows me to have an incredibly light heart. I see people like Emmy Salerno. I see people fighting like Attorney General Morrisey. People are waking up. They're understanding the severity. They're understanding the threat. They understand how the gender ideology movement, it harms, of course, women's rights, but it harms parental rights. It harms the safeguarding of children. So people are waking up. That's what we need. We need more courage to be shown. That's for sure. I think we're governed by weak-kneed, spineless, morally bankrupt cowards across academia, across corporate America, of course, within our government, what have you. So we need more leaders is what we need.
All right. I know you guys are fighting the good fight for women and girls all over this country right now. Mr. Attorney General, Riley, thank you much for standing up for them. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.